Right then, so there's going to be people who aren't very happy with what I have to say in this video, but personally I believe that Jai Opetaia's next opponent, as he is fighting Claudio Squeo, I think that the fight is a complete and utter waste of time. There is no need for it whatsoever. I don't understand how Claudio Squeo has been able to worm himself into a title fight against Jai Opetaia, who's meant to be the best in the cruiserweight division. And I also don't understand why Jai Opetaia would be taking this fight against Claudio Squeo as well, who's done absolutely nothing other than beat Journeyman and, yeah, literally has not got, a championship contending record whatsoever. Let's just get the bloody Zerdo Ramirez fight over and done with, because that's the fight that needs to happen. That's the fight that we need to see. This is just complete and utter waste of time, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, Claudio Squeo from Italy. This is such a bloody random opponent. This is such a random opponent. I do not understand why Jai Opetaia is fighting him. And honestly, I'm not sure if I ever will. I mean, honestly, let's have a look at these rankings as well. And, Claudio Squeo for the IBF in the mandatories is not even there. He's nowhere to bloody be seen. He's nowhere to be seen. He's 14th. There we go. Found him. Had to scroll all the way down to there. Claudio Squeo is 14th in the IBF. And he probably shouldn't even be 14th in the IBF, if I'm going to be completely honest. We're going to be getting on to his resume very, very shortly. But, yes, he's 14th in the IBF. How's he got himself a title shot? I mean, fight Shinkara or something. Fight Kleeslak or something. Or, fight Masternak. Honestly, there's opponents that make more sense, even though, they're not exactly amazing fights on paper, but they're bloody better than Claudio bloody Squeo. I mean, fight Robin Safar or something, Jai. That would actually be an all right fight. I actually didn't mind the David Nyka fight. I'm actually glad that David Nyka was the Zeppelin in that one. I think that was actually a good win for Opetaia. But Claudio Squeo, really? Really? What is this, and why is this even happening? How does he deserve the opportunity? Why is Opetaia even said he would fight this guy? BoxRec have him ranked 60th in the world at cruiserweight. I mean, he's an Italian cruiserweight. It's random as hell. In his last fight, he had it in Roma. I don't think he's ever fought outside Italy either. He's never fought outside of Italy. Never once has Claudio Squeo fought outside of Italy. That tells you one thing as well. Never fought outside of Italy. Why? I mean, no one knows why he's gone, and no one really knows who he is as a fighter. I mean, in his last fight, he's coming off a second round TKO in a 6-round fight against someone who had 16 wins, where, that sounds good, 18 losses and 2 draws. He beat a journeyman in his last fight, and suddenly that's been able to get him a title shot. Before that, he has a decent win against a 17-2 opponent. That went the distance, but, he's only ranked 1 star on BoxRec. Before that, he fought someone who was 10 wins and 5 defeats in an 8-rounder. What is this resume? I mean, let's have a look at that 17-2 guy just quick. Let's have a look at this 17-2 guy. He's just got wins over journeyman. Before we beat the 10-5 guy, 6-3, 6-2 with 2 draws, 23 wins, 9 losses, 12 wins, 10 losses, 14 wins, 11 losses, 12 wins, 22 losses. He's fought nothing but journeyman, and now he's fighting Jai Opetaia for the IBF title. This is a complete waste of time, and there's way better things that could have been done. Fight Safar. I don't see why that fight couldn't have been made. I mean, he's higher than bloody Squeo in the IBF rankings, he's higher. Why is that not the fight happening? And, Safar's number bloody 13. And that is a way better fight. Brandon Glanson, he's fighting Chris Billam-Smith. As I said, look who's number one. Shin Kara, he's number one in the IBF. He's the number one mandatory challenger. Why is he not fighting Jai Opetaia? Why is that not the fight happening? Fight your number one mandatory. But he can't do that. I don't know why, but he can't do that for some reason. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense why that's not the fight that's happening. And then eventually get the win over your number one mandatory, then move on to Zurdo Ramirez. Getting the win over Claudio, over bloody Claudio Squeo. What does it do? It does nothing for anyone whatsoever. I just hate this fight. It just doesn't make sense why it's being made. This isn't even a keep active fight. It's going to be done in one round. It's going to be done in the first round. It's not even a keep active fight. Claudio Squeo, I can't even say his name now. I was saying it right a few minutes ago, but I bloody forgot. But, look, it does nothing for anyone because it's going to end in the first round. If you're fighting someone where it's going to end in the first round and it's going to end in the first round, what's the point of taking the fight? It's not even a warm-up fight. Jai Opetaia's had his, he beat David Nyka in January, and that's a good win. I don't get why the Zurdo fight's bloody taking years to make as well. Let's just hurry up. Let's get it done. Something needs to happen like Badu Jack or something as well. I just don't get it. What is going on with this division right now? What is going on with this cruiserweight division? Honestly, the two best names in there are Jai Opetaia and Zurdo. Other than that, there's not really much other competition in there. Zurdo showed complete levels over Chris Billam-Smith. Honestly, it's not a competitive division either. And that is the problem as well by why this fight is being made. But either way, though, he's 14th in the IBF. It don't make any sense. But either way, there's no competition in this division anyway. We need to see more steps up. We need to see more names in this cruiserweight division because it's not enough. It's one of the most dead divisions in boxing. It honestly is. Sorry for having a bloody rant about this. Because it's pointless. It ain't going to do anything. But to me, this fight's just a waste of time. And looking at Jai Opetaia's resume as well, I've already made a video on it that it's overhyped. And it's because he's fighting guys like bloody Claudio Squeo, however you say his name. Yeah, honestly. If we're being real, Jai Opetaia's most standout win is, it's Marius Breedis, obviously, 100% number one. Then his second best win is probably actually David Nyka. That probably actually is his second best win. If we look at Zorro, Zorro's like an English level fighter. Jordan Thompson's a British level fighter. And he's got those wins. Jack Massey's a British level fighter. And those fights are happening. I don't even think there was any massive need for them in ways. Jordan Thompson, yeah, I do understand that. He did earn himself a title shot eventually. But yeah, the El Zorro one made no sense. Jack Massey made no sense. Yeah, and this one, Claudio Squeo, this one makes the least sense out of every single bloody opponent Jai Opetaia's actually probably fought so far. But yeah, there we go. Anyway, thanks for watching.